Hello, this is Kevin from M&E Services, and in this video we're going to show you how to change a tap washer. This is the one just with a rubber washer as opposed to a ceramic disc. We felt compelled to record this video because every video that we found online was in a perfect laboratory situation where everything comes apart easily. So this one has some extra tips. So we hope you find it useful.
Okay, so here we are in front of the tap and we're going to change the washer in this tap. Okay, so these are the tools that I'd recommend you have. So I have a selection of tap washers because you won't be totally sure which washer fits until you get the tap body to bits. A screwdriver, a pair of adjustables, a pair of pump pliers or wrenches, which you won't see in any other videos, and a towel. Okay, so first of all we're going to isolate the cold water main to this tap. So luckily for us, whoever installed this originally has put a service valve on this supply. So basically we're just going to turn that off so it's horizontal to the pipe, and then we're going to just simply check that it's off, and it is. So we're good to start. Now the first thing I'd recommend, because we've got a little screw in here and any other small parts that we don't or are unaware of, put the plug in. Okay, just so we don't lose anything. So first of all we take the top off here. Now you'll watch videos where they simply unscrew it. It's not the case in real life. So this is where we'll need our pump pliers and, soon to be used, an old towel, short towel. So basically 9 times out of 10 you'll have to loosen that off with a pair of pliers, like so. This one's run free because obviously I've done a dummy run. So that's run tight again. And sometimes there's just cheap taps. This is just what happens. So we're going to take that all the way out. This has got a sort of ribbed effect around it. So even though we're using something as coarse as pliers, it won't really make any marks on that because there's plenty of teeth there to get hold of. So we simply set that to one side. Now inside the tap head we've got a screw, okay, a flat headed screw. So we switch over and take a screwdriver. Now again you'll find that there will be some Phillips screws in there, flat heads, and more often than not they won't come out. They'll be an absolute sod. So this one again has been tried and tested, but in real life you'll find that you'll have problems on occasions. So that screw is now loose. Now you'll watch videos where that just pulls off. 9 times out of 10 it won't. So get a pair of your spanners with a tail underneath it and just help it, because it will be scaled up and it will just not come off as the other videos you've seen. Now that's come off easy. There's my little screw, so I want to put that over here so they're safe. The next part is this shroud. Now you can see it's loose because I've had it off, but before I did this video I had to loosen this off as well. So you won't be able to just turn it off, open it up with your fingers. Never happen. So again we put a towel over it and we feel, and we can look underneath where we are, and we'll give it a little bit of a depress and you'll feel it twist. The towel is stopping your wrench or pump pliers or whatever you're using on damaging this shroud. Then we can unscrew it, take it off, sew it to one side. Okay, so then you just undo this tap body. However, that'll be corroded within there, it'll be tightened over tight, all kinds of things. So what we do here as a little cheat is put the towel over the tap head and our pliers over the tap itself, and then we take our adjustables, make them the right size, like so, and by keeping pressure on one side and forcing pressure on the other side, then you'll be able to open it. You'll find though when you do yours it'll be ultra stiff, guaranteed, unless they're new, which you shouldn't really be changing them. You need to change the tap washer if they're new. Anyway, so now we're kind of loose. Let's turn that out. Okay, now we actually get down to the rest of it. So I've bought a selection of tap washers. Now I know by looking at it, because I've got enough experience to know that that's a 3/8 washer. In here there's a multitude of washers. This is just a simple pack bought from Screwfix. So back to our washer. This one is held in by a small nut, which we have to press into the washer slightly to remove. Again, keep the plug in, because if you drop that out of your hands, you'll have a problem getting it if it's fell down the plug. So this is our tap washer that needs replacing. Let's take a new one, put the old one to one side. Now, first of all, what you'll find is you'll have to force this screw head through, because it'll be tight, and then get it started, get it on the thread. Now what I would say here is don't over tighten it. That's enough, just to hold it in place. And again, now just before you do, there's a seat, there's a tap seat inside, and you can't see it without vacuuming all that water out, and I'm not even going to try it, but there's a brass seat. All I'm doing is feeling that it's smooth, as in it's got no craters in it, or where you've had metal to metal scratches like you would on a disc pad or a disc on a car. Because if that's got chunks out of it, this rubber's never going to seal it. So we just give it a cursory feel and make sure it's alright. You can actually get another spanner to reseat that if we need to, but not in this video. So again, in reverse order, we just tighten that back up. Now we shouldn't really need the spanner on, because that's tight enough. We don't need to over tighten anything. Put the shroud back on. And what I do here is I get my little screw and I drop it in, and you'll see that it don't go in first time. It's best to get that so it's poking through the bottom like so, and then put your screwdriver on, feel that it's started, start your screw, then put some pressure to push your tap head back down. Now do your tap up and then do your screw up. Okay, so all we've got to do now is put the cap back on. Well, that's it. We're done.
So that's it. I hope you found it useful. If you have, please like below, and until next time, bye for now.